Hello, everybody, and welcome to Breakfast with Barbados. This is our main event of the inaugural Millennial Travel Forum in Barbados. Thank you for joining us. We are lucky enough to have here representatives from both the hotel and tourism side in Barbados, as well as 15 of some of the top producing millennial agents from across the United States, and we were actually lucky enough to be joined by one local agent as well. This is where we're going to tell you to sell the beautiful island of Barbados from a millennial perspective, but also how to sell it to pretty much every generation out there, as the island makes a great fit for every age group. But you don't have to hear that from me. I'm going to let the experts tell you all about it. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce some of our tourism and hotel representatives, and then I'll let you meet all the great agents who are going to help you sell the island of Barbados.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Billy Griffith, and I'm the CEO of Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc. And I just want to, first of all, before I thank Joe for really orchestrating this tremendous event this weekend, I just want to introduce Senator Rudy Grant, who is the CEO of Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, the BHTA. And on my right is Robert Chase, who is the Director of Marketing at BTMI, Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc. So, first of all, Joe, thank you very, very much for really putting this together, the very first Millennial Travel Forum in the world. So we're number one this morning. I want to thank as well Gabriel, who started out a few minutes ago, and he was discussing and he was giving you an overview of what we call the Island of Stories. I am really pleased to be here this morning. I did a millennial thing, by the way, a couple of minutes ago. I Googled millennials, and I noticed that they were born between 1981 and 1996. And as I said to Nicole, and I'm going to introduce her in a minute as well, our excellent host Nicole is over there from Elegant Hotels, and I informed her that I sort of barely missed being a millennial. So I'm really sort of pleased to be here this morning to discuss it. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking this morning. Gabriel's given you an excellent overview, and I think the objective today is to get some feedback from yourselves in terms of how your weekend was, how do you see Barbados, and you can ask us as many questions as you can. Your agents, it's a unique experience to have travel agent influencers, because as you know, everybody is an influencer these days with lots of following and so on. But we value you as travel agents, and there's nothing. You go one step further. You're travel agents with influence. So I think we are very keen to hear what you have to say today. All of you are from the United States, so I just wanted to touch briefly on the United States market. It's our number 2 market. It's our number 2 market and growing. It's just over annually 28% of our business. We are very pleased to see some amazing growth in the past 4 years, especially with a new and aggressive team led by Petra Roach, who's our director in the USA. And I think most of you would have met her at some point in time. And our growth has been fueled by airline partners, American Airlines and JetBlue primarily. So our gateways at the moment are daily out of Kennedy on JetBlue, and we go up to 3 times daily during the winter peak periods. We've got service out of Boston, and that's also weekly as well. And JetBlue is putting on in their service, they actually have the Mint service out of New York and out of Boston as well, and that's at least once a week. And as you know, Mint is the first class service of JetBlue. JetBlue has also inaugurated in the last 2 years Fort Lauderdale daily, and we're extremely pleased to have significant increased service this year from American Airlines, and they're going from 2 flights daily to 3 flights daily starting on December 19th. And they're also introducing a daily service out of Charlotte this coming winter as well. So they've gone from once a week to daily out of Charlotte. So that's a lot of seats to fill, so that's why you're here today. And we want to really encourage you to get as much knowledge and so on as you can during the course of today and this weekend. So I want to thank you for being here, and I want to pass you then over to the Senator, who's going to give you a little bit of insight from the hotel standpoint, and then to Robert, and then we'll be over to the questions. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Joe. Certainly a pleasure to be here. How have you been doing? Good. Hope you're having the opportunity to see our beautiful island and to see all that we have to offer. As Billy indicated and Joe did at the start, I have it. This is a little big to hold for my small. But as Billy and Joe indicated, I'm the CEO of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. We represent a number of tourism enterprises on the island. That includes hotels, villas, car rental operators, tour operators, attractions, you name it, a tourism enterprise we represent. There are quite a bit of hotels that we have with 6,000 hotel rooms. We have a further 3,000 villa rooms, and they come in all categories. In fact, there's a room here in Barbados for everyone. Whatever type of room you desire, we have a room here in Barbados for you. There is, outside of my association as well, the sharing economy, and we're starting to develop some relationship with the sharing economy, because we believe it's important that all of us are able to be represented in one organization as tourism enterprises. Of course, we seek to ensure that the experiences of our visitors are reflecting what is truly Barbadian and authentic. You will hear about all of the varying attractions that we have. Harrison's Cave with its stalactites and stalagmites, the ability to dine with a Bajan. And of course, you must have heard about oysters on Friday nights, which is a real good and authentic experience. I hear the laughter, and it means that there would have been some excitement there, and I'm sure that you would have had the opportunity to enjoy some good Bajan rum as well. I'm very happy to be here to be part of this exercise. I'm a lot younger than Billy is, so if he's just there, then I am there. And I certainly look forward to this interaction and to exposing Barbados as a destination to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. Robert?
And good morning. Welcome to Barbados, and echo Billy's comments, first of all, about thanking you for sharing with us the opportunity to learn from you exactly what are some of the things we need to do to be even more engaging as a destination for millennials. We believe that, as Gabriel touched on, that the whole question of experience is big to millennials. We were at an Expedia conference recently, as Gabriel alluded to, and one of the comments made by I think she's Randy Zuckerberg, the brother of the owner, the sister of that famous owner of the company, and she pointed out that millennials like to own experiences more than they like to own things. That experiences are even more valuable to them than things. And in that context, we think that one of the things that Barbados has to offer is that, as Gabriel alluded to us as an island of stories, and we think a lot of those stories come out of the fact that we're a small destination and we're a safe destination. And because of that, you can roam across the whole of the destination and interact with the people and the culture and the destination. Oistins is one microcosm of that kind of interaction and that kind of experience, where you can have a chance to see what the people are like, and you're not secluded away in a resort type situation. So we think that gives millennials a chance to explore. And we think exploration is how you'll get new experiences, and you're not limited to the type of experiences you can have. So we hope that that is one of the things that we offer as a destination. And we offer a wide range of products. While we're an aspirational destination, Rudy alluded to the fact that there's a wide range of products available. Villas for friends. One of my colleagues who markets to millennials in Europe points out that travel of friends, groups of friends, is a big thing. And the villa product fits in well with that. So we think we have a great offering, and we recognize that in terms of that marketing communications, it's critical that we become, as Gabriel said, mobile first. So we're very focused on that. And in that context, that we provide Instagrammable moments. I mean, my daughter is a millennial. I would like to pretend I am, but I'd be stretching it, even though Billy wants to try that, and I'm younger than him. But we can't go out to dinner without her taking a picture of the food first. I thought food was for eating. I don't get this thing, but I'm learning. So it's a perfect example of the reality of the new generation. The fact that creating Instagrammable moments and Instagrammable stories, and the same Randy Zuckerberg pointed out, creating unique situations, ones where it's something that can be repeated. And we think that we have a great product for helping to create that. But I really want to hear from you all in terms of how we can go about even improving our engagement with millennials and our reach in that regard. Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Okay, before I pass it off to everybody, I just wanted to get my 2 cents in there for a second. First off, when it comes to influencers, I think Billy kind of mentioned it. The whole point of creating these forums is to show that there is no influence if it doesn't lead to money. What good is promotion if it doesn't lead to bookings? So these are agents here who are going to get the likes and the shares and the bookings to accompany it, as opposed to the regular social media celebrity who may have thousands and thousands of followers, and thus making it almost impossible to track what kind of business actually led from those likes and shares. So that's why I personally think travel agents are the real influencers, because there's no influence without bookings. I will also say, in my personal experience, one of the things that I realized, the number one reason millennial clients use agents more than any other generation is that generation seems to view agents more as the guy who knows a guy. They know that these agents don't just know the destination, they know these agents know the people in the destination that might be able to get you on that VIP list at the club, that might be able to get you the best seat at the restaurant. I do think that's why millennials use agents more than any other generation. Okay, that's it. I won't take up any more time. I'm going to let all my agents now talk about your experience in Barbados over the last few days. I would just ask, before you answered, introduce yourself, what agency you're with. You guys can talk about whatever you want, except I would like our representatives from the LGBT market, Brian Moses and Michael Sheen Stevens, to at least talk about specifically that market. Avery, you're from Charlotte, so I would like you to at least touch upon the impact of these new American Airlines flights. So without further ado, whoever wants to jump in. Oh, and I'm sorry, we have the Director of Sales for Elegant Hotels, Nicole King, with us. My apologies for leaving her out briefly, but Nicole will also chime in on a lot of the hotels that these agents have seen since they were mostly Elegant Hotels, Treasure Beach, the House, the Waves, and we are here at the Tamarind. So I will let them talk about how much they enjoyed all those properties, and Nicole will also chime in with some more fun facts about each property. So whoever wants to dive in, let me know.
Let's start with these ladies first on this one.
Okay.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Daniela Harrison with Avenues of the World Travel in Flagstaff, Arizona. And this is my second visit to Barbados. I was here back in 2012, so it was really interesting to see how some of the sites have changed in the last 6 years. Had an amazing time at Elegant Hotels. For last night, we stayed at the Waves. Before that, we were at Treasure Beach, and I have to tell everybody I fell in love with it. It's the cutest property. It only has 30-some rooms. You literally fall from your room to the bar, into the pool, into the ocean. So it's perfectly situated. You can't get lost there. The staff was amazing. The food was just to die for. Breakfast is a must-do there, and Eggs Benedict were just the best I've had in a really, really long time. And overall, the whole island is it's been really fun. We went to Bushy Park, we did go-kart racing, which was super fun. Haven't done that in a long time. And the catamaran cruise was great. We had cocktails and dinner out on the water. And even though it rained a little bit when we got there, it was just the most fun we've had, could have had that night. So we've been having a really good time.
And I'm sorry, before I let you stop talking there, Daniela. So who's the client you would pitch that to? Who's the demographic you would pitch that to? Who's the Bushy Park client? Who's the Elegant Hotels client?
That's a really good question, actually. So for Bushy Park, I think it's a huge variety of clients. Definitely great for families. They have a really cool kids program where kids can do it safely, and they can shut the go-karts down if they kind of go a little too crazy on the track. But for adults, I mean, we had a blast. Send a bachelor party over there and have the guys race each other. Even better, take a whole wedding party and have the family race, because you know there's going to be that little like grandma in the corner who's just going to beat everybody. So just for that, it would be super fun. They have different kinds of cars, so if you have racers in the family, like get the real race cars, I think my husband would be totally down with that. And then for Treasure Beach, it's just such a cute property. I think it would be really great for honeymoon couples because it's nice, quiet, very private, huge rooms, but also for groups of friends coming, because you take 5 or 6 rooms next to each other and have almost like your whole little own condo, and you can sit on the swings, hang out on the beach. It's just a great place.
My name is Kathleen Richards. I'm with Smart Flyer. I have been so impressed with Barbados. I've never been here before, by how much access there is on the island for our clients. I think that's a really big point for millennial travelers. As you noted earlier, it's not about where you know, it's about who you know these days. And so just for those of you who are not here in Barbados with us, to give you a sample of that, we've met and had our lunch prepared yesterday by one of the top chefs in the Caribbean. We have met an Olympic swimmer. Yesterday we were driving, careening a little bit, maybe down these country roads in a van, when our tour guide took out his phone and called Rihanna's brother and invited him to come and hang out with us. Thank you. And with an island of 270,000 people, that access to the locals and to the culture is something unparalleled. And the history here, too, has been incredible to witness the different layers, from the religious history, the oldest built synagogue in the Americas, to the house that Washington stayed at the only time that he left the U.S. It's been incredible to be a part of that and be invited in and be the only people there in some cases in that special moment.
Excellent. Sorry, I forgot my job. Simple, I know this job.
Speaking of the tour guide with the...
We can just pass over to
Oh.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Jen Clark with the Tropical Travelers. We're based in the Philadelphia area, and I feel like I'm going to be repeating a lot of what was already said, but the most important thing for me about why I love Barbados so far is how accessible the island is and how small it is and easy to get around, and everywhere we've gone I've felt 100% safe, and that's always the number one question I get from clients is, are we going to be safe? Can we leave the resort? Can we go wander around? And you can absolutely leave. It seems like everywhere we've gone, things have been very accessible to get to. You know, there's so many restaurants that have all been so amazing. And it's also rare that I will go somewhere and stay at multiple hotels and leave the resort and actually have great food everywhere we've gone. Like, every single thing I've eaten has been spectacular, and the service everywhere has been wonderful. And you can send, all different types of clients here. In fact, I have 2 clients who are ready to book Barbados. One is a young honeymoon couple, and the other is a couple who are celebrating their 30th anniversary. So, I can find something that works for both. So, it's really a great destination, and I've been so impressed so far with my first visit here.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Brian Moses with HE Travel. We run small group tours on every continent in the world and also every island in the world. I really like this Barbados trip. It offers everything from high adrenaline like Bushy Park and relaxation on the beach. The beaches have been wonderful, beautiful, but the food, like at Tapestry, that stuff was bomb. The pork belly. If you come here, get the pork belly. So, Joe,
What hotel was that at?
Tapestry was at Treasure Beach. Go to Treasure Beach.
Really excellent way of summing up why millennials would want to stay at Treasure Beach. I think you did it like
Yeah. So, So I had one of the ground level suites. You walk out of that, and you've got the bar to your right, the pool right in front of you, and I didn't notice this at first because I arrived at night, but I turn around and the beach is right there, and it just blew me away. So stay at Treasure Beach. So we're all millennials, and so we know we're part of the generation that's really been more accepting to the LGBT community. And really, whether that's mixed groups that come to Barbados, the main thing with LGBT is that they want to feel safe. They want to feel like they can be themselves in their destination. And I don't know if you guys know this, but LGBT is 10% of all travelers. 10%. That's billions of dollars that people are leaving on the table if they don't market to millennials. So market to millennials, stay at Treasure Beach, eat at Tapestry, relax, and go to Bushy Park, because going 50 miles per hour on that straightaway will really get your adrenaline. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm from Journeys and located in Metro Detroit area. So far, what has really struck me about Barbados has definitely been the locals. Everyone has been so welcoming and friendly and open, and that's really what it's all about for us, is just getting out there and experiencing the local culture, mingling with everyone, and feeling like you can really be a part of it. And Barbados makes it super easy to do that. Like Jen was saying, you can walk around, it's super safe, and I really couldn't ask. I've been to a lot of Caribbean islands, and I couldn't ask for more welcoming people. And then everyone's talked about the food, but I've never had better food. So many unlikely combinations, different flavors that you would never expect. They put it together, and it's just been like, for my taste buds, I don't know. So yeah, I've really been impressed so far.
Yeah, and I just want to add that if you don't like seafood, you will still find food you will love in Barbados. There is a notion that this is a seafood-only island, and that can't be. You heard about the pork belly. That's just one of many dishes that isn't seafood that many foodies would still love here.
Yeah, you'd never think like raspberry puree and pork would be a good mix, but it was really good. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Hannah Schremp. I'm with Frost Travel in Dallas. This is my first time to Barbados, and I think before I came I had a preconceived notion that it was an all or nothing island, meaning the accommodations were high dollar, a little bit older in the style of service, or the complete opposite of that. But I could not have been more wrong, and I don't usually like to say that often, but I think that Elegant Hotels does a great job of closing that gap in the market, and I think that Barbados as an island serves for all demographics, all budgets, and I've been pleasantly surprised by my experience and all the accommodations that I've seen so far. I do have to touch on what you were just saying. I think one of the major takeaways is going to be the people. Everybody that I've encountered has been beyond friendly, beyond passionate about where they're from, what they're representing, what they're showing us that day, and that's something that I don't think you could put a price tag on. So, yeah.
And I'll just add on to the people factor, a little bit more specific than that. You know, the people are great here, but what I love about the people is you never feel like a tourist when you're here. There's no separated tourist areas and separated local areas. Everybody mingles. You'll see half tourists at a restaurant and half locals. They're all just Oyston's fish fry, which you mentioned earlier. You'll just see locals and tourists mingling there every Friday night, and that's pretty much the case in any spot in Barbados, where you just never feel like people are looking at you saying, "Oh, look at the tourists." While you're here, you're a Bayesian. While you're here, you're a local, and that's not just marketing speak. It's probably my 10th time here, and I've never felt like I didn't belong here. So, I mean, the people here are absolutely incredible in the fact that they make you feel comfortable.
Very welcoming. You start to almost feel like a local. By the end of it, you're like, I can't wait to come back to see these new friends that I've made.
My name is Avery Harris. I'm from Viking Travel in North Carolina. Obviously, this island is beautiful. That is really the word. The people are beautiful, the culture is beautiful, the experiences are beautiful. It's all great, right? So I'm going to be a little bit selfish. Ease of access is one of the most important things when we're selling a destination, right? American Airlines has decided to double their lift to Barbados. So now in my market in North Carolina, from Charlotte, we're getting daily nonstops from December until April, which is one of the most significant things that a carrier can do for a destination. In North Carolina, there are 10 million people. For reference, in Miami, there's about 450,000 people. In Atlanta, there's about 500,000 people. The population of Charlotte, North Carolina is over 850,000. So that's nearly double the size of Miami. That is a ton of people. And on top of that, in North Carolina, people are willing to drive from everywhere to get to the airport in Charlotte for a nonstop flight. We see it all the time with other destinations. So for American to do that for Barbados makes my job so easy. It's going to be so easy to get people here now because people will absolutely prioritize a nonstop flight over a connection through Miami or Atlanta or Dallas or wherever else. So my job's easy now. I can get people here. It's going to be great. I really look forward to it. So that's my piece.
Thanks, Avery. Thanks, Avery. Over to you guys.
Hello, my name is Paul Stronsek. I am working for Dreamlines in Fort Lauderdale. And to piggyback off of what Avery was just saying, the main gist of it is I'm in Miami, so literally a 3.5 flight to the most eastern part of the Americas is pretty good, or Caribbean. So, and to piggyback off of what Hannah said, we felt welcomed as soon as we got on our bus with the local rum punch and the Mount Gay rum, which was delicious. Again, we have the religious aspects where the first synagogue in the Caribbeans as well. And then we got the personal aspects where we saw the inventor of the wheel to turn the sugar to make rum. So that's another reason why it's the oldest rum. But yeah, just selling to millennials or any other aspect of demographics will be pretty easy because we have the romantic aspects, we have for couples and honeymoons, and then also the food and culinary as well.
Excuse me, guys, before we go on, just a quick technical thing. Just project your voices a bit more, although you're holding the microphone away from you. The live feed is a bit low, you've raised the mic levels, but just project your voices a bit more, please, if you can.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Steven Scott. I am the founder of Travel Hub 365. But our corporate and entertainment is actually more than half of our business now because of the growth of that market and those types of clients that we have. So everyone has spoken on leisure, so I will leave that be. Yes, it's amazing. But from a corporate meetings and incentive standpoint, this is an incredible destination because those corporations that are flying their travelers all over the world, what's the number one thing? It's safety. And so this destination has that. It has that above many, many other destinations that we are fully aware of, that people are sending events and their clients to. And so this has the connection to the people that you want your employees to have. It has that connection to the food and the entertainment that you want them to experience. And it certainly has the safety standpoint ready and willing. An additional thing as well is the professionalism of the people here. Even when I wasn't with the group, when they didn't know I was part of this forum, I was still respected. Someone would say hello to me, or how are you, or to be there to make sure I can cross the street. You can just tell. You said, okay, they have no idea who I am. And even myself, I can blend in. So you would say, oh, they're going to treat me like just nobody. No, they still said, hello, how are you? And I love that. And then from an entertainment standpoint, we certainly have opportunities for U.S. DJs, bands, recording artists to get down here, bring their people, bring their followers, and have a great time. So I absolutely love Barbados. Can't wait to come back. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of our artists come down here, including Buju Bandan. That's right. All right. So that's right. So we'll get some of my artists down here as well. We'll go from there. All right. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Maggie Crockett. I'm with Sanders Travel Center in Fort Worth, Texas. And people have touched on this, but as a millennial, I just think it's so important to be able to explore and not just be confined to your hotel. And Barbados has so much of that. There's so many things you can do. It's truly amazing.
Hi, I'm Meredith Donaldson, founder of World Citizen Travel out of Oklahoma City. And again, to reiterate how amazing Barbados has been for our entire forum and the team of travel advisors that are here over the week and weekend. The main points I want to bring across for what I found and how I would want to market this to my clients is my preconceived notion of Barbados was it was a very posh island, exclusive and not accessible to an entire market of people. So it definitely has a very posh feel, and luxury hotels like Sandy Lane can cater to that market. But at the same time, Elegant did a great job of bringing in a boutique style brand and experience lifestyle for millennial travelers, for adults who want to explore a destination with luxury amenities for a price point that really fits within their budget, and be able to walk off property, explore the island. It's definitely an island of experiences. We went to Bushy Park, we were go-karting, we went to St. Nicholas Abbey and had amazing rum tastings and this very special experience that they've done there. And so you have the ability to, again, step out of your hotel and easily explore safely and interact with the locals. Just want to talk about the house a little bit, which is the hotel I stayed at the last 2 nights. It is gorgeous, definitely a beautiful boutique property, which I think hotels are very important when you travel. I'm a hotel junkie. I want to go explore the island, but I want to come back to my hotel room, sleep in soft sheets with my robe and my slippers, and have my Nespresso machine and everything to enjoy coffee in the morning when I wake up and watch the sunrise. But the guest staff team at the hotel is magnificent, and they're not called that. They're your ambassadors, and that's how they market themselves, not market, but that's how they introduce themselves to the clients and the guests. And it's beautiful the way they treat you, and it truly feels like you're at your home away from home in your the common areas that go to the dining sessions that then go to the beach. It is a great hotel for honeymooners, millennial travelers, couples who are not millennials and just want to have a nice romantic time and explore, girlfriend getaways, all of those. It fits into that perfectly. And that's it.
Hi, my name's Bailey. I'm the owner and founder of Be The Travel. We're affiliated with Departure Lounge. So I think all of us being millennials, we are just in the thick of what they were speaking to earlier, is just the experience economy. However, I get this request a lot. Hannah and I talked about this last night, which is I want something off the beaten path, but all-inclusive. And sometimes in the Caribbean, or a lot of the times, that's an oxymoron. And so when we find hotels like Waves last night, I mean, I love that. So I wanted to applaud you for that. I mean, all of Elegant has been great. Something else we get a request for a lot is authentic and experience, but safe. And I think we've all touched on that pretty much, is that this whole experience has just been wonderful. Everyone has just been so welcoming. The people are great. Like Joe said, you know, you go to a restaurant and there's an equal parts local and tourist, and it's this great mix. I mean, it works. So I've loved the experience. I think it's a great spot for millennials. So yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Malou Morgan. I'm a local Bajan, very proud to be from Barbados and very happy to be here, so thank you for inviting me to this event. I work in the travel industry and it's just amazing to hear everyone speaking about my home like this, and our travel product is one of the oldest in the world really in Barbados. Our industry has been going for decades, and my grandfather was actually Minister of Tourism back in the 60s, so it's just incredible to see that every year, our tourism product is changing, it's evolving, it's staying current and up to date, ahead of the trend, and so I'm very proud of that, and it's just amazing to see what's going to be happening in 2019. So thank you for allowing me to be here.
Hi, I'm Caroline Fridley from Pro Travel Worldwide, basically. First, I just want to say thank you to all of you for this because it has been an amazing experience. I think, I say that there's nothing like sort of getting boots on the ground and going to a destination, going to the hotels, meeting the people to learn about it. I think this will be a fabulous destination for my millennial clients. I especially love Elegant Hotels because there's such a good range of different properties, so one for every type of client. Right now we're staying at the Waves. I love it. I mean, you're not only beachfront, you're practically in the water in the rooms there. It's fantastic. Everyone's already touched on the food, but I will say I loved getting to have the lionfish prepared fresh for us yesterday. It was super special.
That was Catch 22, by the way, the restaurant, right?
Yes, at Catch 22. Beautiful views as well, fabulous food. And yeah, I feel so lucky that I've gotten to have this amazing experience, and I almost feel bad for clients who don't get to have this group with them traveling together. But really, it has been just fantastic to get to come here and see the wide range of things that Barbados has to offer. With the cultural experiences, the absolutely spectacularly stunning beaches, and thank you all.
When you get to the end and everyone said basically everything and you're just crossing it off your list as you go. I'm Marissa Costa. I am an advisor with Pro Travel International as well, and I'm also the founder of an organization called Amico, of which basically everyone minus like 2 of you, hopefully all of you by the end of this trip are members, and it's an exclusive social network for modern advisors like the people here to really share information. Beyond that, I do think what's interesting about being here is that, yes, we're all millennials and people try to lump us into one category, but my clients from New York are very different than Avery's clients, and it's not just physical location, it's also a 95 baby is very different from an 83 baby, so all of these clients, we're not all lumped into one category. And what's cool about it is I'm finding, for example, my sister, shout out Jessica, would love to sit in an all-inclusive and never once leave the resort. I do not know how we are related because that sounds like a nightmare to me. So the idea that you could stay at the resort or you could come here and, like us so far, not once set foot on the beach. We're fixing that later. But, again, between the synagogues and the go-karts and the rum tasting and all of the foodie experiences, you really can just decide when you get here. Do I just want to take it easy today, or do I want to have an adventurous day? And there's just something for everybody. But like people have been saying so far, the local experience, I think, is a huge part of it. And I have to say, Barbados did this really well in having Corey and Ronaldo and Barry join us when we did our go-karts and whatnot. Like, we didn't leave our drivers in the car as drivers to just pick us up, they have been such an important part of this trip to be able to actually make local friends and have them participate with us, which also takes away one of the things that we as millennials, I will say overwhelmingly, we don't like feeling like we're being waited on. So it didn't feel like, oh, this is my driver. It's like, yo, what up, Barry? So I really think that was really special, and I think that adds a lot of additional value for clients.
Well, now that I'm the last, there's really not much left to say, but This is my first time in the Caribbean. First of all, my name is Michael Shane. I'm the founder of Curated Global Travel. I focus on luxury LGBT family travel to exotic destinations. So first time in the Caribbean, and for the LGBTQ market, there's a lot of stigma, in the Caribbean that they're not friendly and welcoming to LGBT community, which may be the case in several other islands. Barbados, it's definitely not the case. Not that I go around waving a flag everywhere I go, but I feel like if I did, I'd be quite safe here and welcoming. So again, Barbados really has everything a traveler such as us want. It's rich in culture. Barbados has been pivotal in the formation of the United States. How much more rich in history can you get? It's full of cultural immersion. The food is absolutely fantastic. Again, I had one of the best meals of my life at Tapestry the other night. I wanted to lick the plate. It was so unbelievably good. And the experiences, again, as Marissa said, if you wanted to sit and relax on the beach all day, you could. If you wanted to go explore and have, just an immersive adrenaline experience, like it's all here. And I'm so happy to be a part of this. Thank you.
Okay, a couple quick things. First, I would like Nicole King to talk a little bit about anything new, hot, trendy at Elegant Hotels. And then after we do that, I would like Billy and the tourism and hotel reps to talk about, I feel like one of the greatest assets is also one of the greatest challenges of Barbados, and it's the fact that it does have everything. So when somebody does have the sports, the culinary, the luxury, family, adults, is there a challenge in being able to concentrate exactly what Barbados does when they do everything really well? So that's something I would like Billy to talk about, and then maybe you guys could offer some suggestions on how Barbados could kind of focus in and target its brand messaging as opposed to, hey, we have everything. But first, Nicole, I'd like you to just give a little rundown on what's hot and new at Elegant.
You guys keep using the mic. Just stimulate, right?
Thanks, Corey. No problem. Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to Joe for putting this all together. I know this is a huge passion project of yours, and you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. So thank you so much. It's come up, you've picked the best of the best. So, we're just so thrilled that you're all here. And thank you very much for, at this time of the year, for taking the time to come to Barbados, experience our wonderful island and our hotels. We're just so thrilled that you've enjoyed your stays with us. Thank you for the endorsements. We really appreciate it, and really look forward to building relationships with each and every one of you so that you can come back again and really continue to be pampered with us. In terms of at Elegant Hotels, what's new? You got to experience the culinary stylings of Javon Cummings, who's an award-winning chef at Tapestry. So happy that you enjoyed the pork belly, Brian. And we also have at Colony Club, which is a property just a little bit north of here, a very exciting new addition, which Paul, I think you will enjoy, the Rum Vault. And we feature over 150 different varieties of rum from all over the world. Of course, we focus on Mount Gay, but you have everything there, and it's a really cool experience. You can have small parties of up to about 8 people, but then also you can go in there and the chef will do special tastings featuring the varieties of rum. In addition to that, we're going to have a culinary week at the end of March. So Michael, for you as a foodie, it'd be really nice for you to come back. There's a celebrity chef, Tom Kitchen, coming down, and we'll have some wonderful events between Colony Club and Tapestry. And we're so thrilled that you got to experience 3 of our properties, but we have 7 in Barbados. And as many of you have touched upon, there's really something for everyone. It is a boutique, very personalized experience. And Meredith, I'm so glad that you said that it's like a home away from home. That's exactly exactly what we're going for. So I'm so glad that they made you feel at home. And that's what we aim for at all of our properties. Because they're small, the GMs get very much involved. They get to know your name. They get to know, if, Daniela wants something that doesn't have a citrus, whatever it may be, we're going to make sure that it's taken care of. In addition to that, some of you mentioned about the all-inclusives. We have a total of 4 EP hotels, which all offer breakfast, and then we have 3 all-inclusives. And we cater to families, to romance, and also to adults-only girlfriend getaways, bachelor parties, guys getaways. So there's a little something for everyone, and you all have my cards. I'm here and accessible, really willing and ready to really work very closely with you. So call me anytime. And again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Joe, for everything that you've done. And very much a huge thanks to the BTMI for giving us the opportunity to host such a fantastic group and to work with you and partner with you on this. Okay.
Thanks again, Nicole. All right, now I want to bring the subject back to Barbados having a specific focus or that great problem that it has of having too much to offer. I tend to think when you have so much to offer, people think, okay, you can't be an expert in all those things. I mean, if you have one thing to offer, they think you do it well. But I think Barbados does everything really well. But the challenge is going to be, oh, they're one of these islands that just does everything. How do you get that message across to clients that everything we do is top notch and not just we're just trying to add on as much as we could do to get as many people as possible? If Rudy, Billy, if one of you want to take that first.
Okay, I think we're at the wrap-up stage. So first of all, I would like to sincerely thank Joe. I think I've known Joe for many, many years, and you've done a terrific job in bringing this group together today, so thank you very much. The second thing I wanted to say is that we don't even have to work next week because you are doing or selling for us, right? So everything you've said today is exactly what we're paid to do, to tell you, and it's good to hear it from yourselves, exactly what we are trying to sell as a destination as well. So just to wrap up, I heard many times, I heard accessible, I heard safety, I heard food, I heard niches like weddings and entertainment, etc. So I think it's good that you have managed to capture all the elements that we think are important in terms of selling destination Barbados. One other point is that our balance in product, and I'm going to get to Joe's specific question in a minute. Approximately 20% of our hotel product is all inclusive. So we have this amazing balance of West Coast hotels, luxury 5-star properties, the full range as Rudy mentioned before. So I think it's good for us. How do we differentiate? How do we manage to be all things to all people? But we don't try to. We try to focus in on specific niches and specific avenues. So we've themed, for example, 2 years ago, we themed our destination the year of sports. So we highlighted sports. On the screen today, I'm seeing horse racing. We didn't mention that today. There's polo. Not many destinations in the Caribbean actually feature polo as well. So we did year of sports. This year is a year of culinary experiences. Robert's he's gonna give you what we're launching for 2019 in a minute. It is a really good problem to have so much to offer, and it's just about how do we manage the niches and how do we target what we offer to the right audience. And I think it's really our jobs, and it's really your job, and I think that you've captured it really, really well this week. So I want to thank you as well. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I want to say thanks as well to Corey. Corey is he was the extraordinary. He was your man on the street. He took you out late at night. I don't know what was happening at Oyston's a couple of nights ago. Oh, you didn't go. Well, you can go to Oyston's. Well, you can go to Oyston's every night. But anyway, but I want to end up by, before I hand over to Rudy and to Robert, to say thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you.
And I look forward to welcoming you to Crop Over next year.
It's a deal.
We've told Rihanna that you're going to be coming. So you have
I just
to be
got her
there for
off my
sure.
back.
Okay.
Finally got her off my back.
Her brother's name is Rory, by the way. So we'll probably have him meet you if you haven't.
I was looking forward to it. We were trying to link it up last night, but
No, we'll make sure that you meet him, and then Joe, you'll shout out to Rihanna.
And not one of you mentioned visiting Rihanna's house.
Oh, okay.
Should have seen how excited these agents were just to take all the photos with Rihanna on it. It was pretty cool, but yeah, those are the type of stuff. I think Barbados offers so much Instagrammable moments too, and that's how you capture the millennial audience who might not be here, but when they see these agents taking pictures like that and kind of bringing that American culture into Barbados a little bit, it makes them a little bit more excited, and it kind of brings it down to their level if they didn't know a lot about Barbados. But yeah, anyway, I also wanted to mention La Cabane. It's this new beach club about, I believe it's like 3 months old.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been to a lot of beach clubs in the Caribbean. It had a lot of space, and people weren't on top of each other. It was like vibey music, not uns music. It was like still, it went along with the vibe without kind of getting in the way of your conversation and making it feel like a loud party scene. It was still a party scene that was serene and quiet and mature and classy. And I thought that was one of the best beach clubs I've ever seen, to be honest with you. But anyway, would you like to say something, Rudy? And I think we'll actually just wrap it up now. We got about 5 more minutes, so if anybody wanted to make any remarks, let me know.
Rudy, and then
Robert,
also
and then
the panel.
Any of the agents want to say anything after, or before?
I'll go after. Well, okay, I'll go now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So you've obviously heard things from us that you already knew. So thinking about your next few years on how you're going to market to the consumers around the world, but especially the United States market, one of the major projects my brand works on is OTT networks for travel brands. So we are already in talks with Dubai, with Virtuoso, with a number of brands right now that are helping them to bring new media brands available. So for those that don't know what an OTT network is, it's basically a Netflix that brands can be able to pull together and showcase consistently throughout the day, throughout the year, on any type of tablet or Hulu or Amazon Fire, to be able to consistently promote your brand. So social media is a driver, yes, but in the future, it's going to be having your own brand network available to you. So please look into that. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Sandra?
Thanks a lot for certainly having me here. It's really been very exciting to hear from you what your impression is of Barbados. I have to tell you that all that you talk about, it is only a snapshot of what Barbados really does have to offer. There's a significant product diversity, whether you're talking about adventure, whether you're talking about diving experiences, whether you're talking about the culinary experience. But there's one element that I really want to stress that I think that really speaks to a Barbadian vocation, the authenticity. And our destination is not one that is created or one that is built or one that is imaginary. Our destination is real. The experiences you have with Barbadians, it's natural. Barbadians are warm, friendly, loving individuals. The fact that you are able to come to Barbados and to explore, to walk around. This destination is a safe and secure destination. So that when we can speak to all of the critical elements, the fact that we have boutique and brand hotels, and the fact that we have different product offerings, I think the most important element of it is the fact that Barbados is a welcoming, loving destination with warm, friendly people, and what you experience here is real. It is a truly authentic destination, and it's really a pleasure for me to speak to you in what I consider to be our island paradise, and thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Joe, and thanks to each of you. And so many different sentiments, which, as Billy alluded to, whether it be food, whether it be accessibility, whether it be authenticity, whether it be interacting with the people. And Joe posed the question, well, when you've got so many different things, how do you create an umbrella over that, so to speak? And I think many of you touched on it. It was actually said by a number of them, and Nicole captured it perfectly, for me at least, in that we think that this is your beautiful home away from home. So that's what Barbados offers. So everybody's home is different, and different people want to do different things at home. So while there's a wide variety of product, that means that you can choose your type of home. You can choose whether your home encompasses a wild, crazy, fully engaged, full throttle experience, or whether your home entails laying back on the beach, or whether your home entails the whole question of just immersing yourself in culture and different people. But you get to choose what your home is like in Barbados, and it's your beautiful home, because we think, talk about Instagrammable, we think we offer some great backdrops, some picturesque scenes for that Instagrammable moment. But it is your home away from home, and that is the key element there, is both safety, friendly people, authentic Caribbean. So we think that's what we offer as an umbrella concept, which allows us to market all the different elements. And as Billy alluded to, because we have to market so many different elements, one of the things we've adopted over the last couple of years is that we choose a key one each year and we place some focus on it. So 2 years ago it was sports, last year it was the culinary, and this coming year we're placing a lot of emphasis on the whole question of health and wellness. So wellness and soft adventure. We think that that is a huge industry, huge market, and we therefore want to make sure everybody understands the level of wellness experiences and soft adventure experiences that we have to offer in the destination. And that will be our theme for the next year. But in either case, it's always a case of come and experience that aspect that you find most engaging in what we think is, we offer your beautiful home away from home.
All right, guys, so we're gonna wrap it up now, but first I just want to tell our audience, this Millennial Travel Forum, when it was created, had certain destinations in mind. This isn't something that we're looking to pair with whoever wants to do it. If it's not a fit for the millennial market, if it's not hot, sexy, trendy, new, different, we don't want to do the forum there. And Barbados was on the very top of a short list of islands that we wanted to debut this in, and we couldn't have found a better island destination partners to launch this product, and we know we're going to have a lot of pressure to do one that's better than this one, and that's a great problem to have. So I wanted to thank everybody. I also wanted to mention that and I should also mention, I actually have a statement here from Petra Roach, who is the U.S. Director of Barbados Tourism Marketing. Petra and I have known each other for years. I actually told Petra about this idea maybe before I should have, but it was always something that she was really, really interested in. It was always something I didn't really have to sell her on, because we're all about the same things. Herself and my company, Travel Alliance Media, which is the parent company of TravelPulse and Agent at Home magazine, we all hand-selected these agents. I personally invited a lot of them. We vetted them. We had them fill out applications, and the Barbados tourism representatives selected these agents. So they weren't pulled out of a hat. These are agents that were chosen for a specific reason, and that's why we feel like these agents are going to be able to sell Barbados a lot more going forward, and it also has to do with the destination. These agents are brilliant, but they're not miracle workers. If they don't have a great product, they're not going to be able to sell it. So it's a match made in heaven, and thank you so much for being what I think couldn't have been a better inaugural forum, and a personal dream of mine come true, and I'm happy you guys are all a part of it. Thank you very much, and thank you to Barbados.